The wait is finally over after a couple of rainouts. Game 36 has arrived, and it's Wareham and Cotuit. It doesn't get much better than this with 5 games to go in the Cape League season. Welcome into the Gatemen pregame show, brought to you by Cranberry Federal Credit Union. That's Joe Henry. I'm Adam Hipsky. Joe, it's rare that with 5 games to go, you get a game with this much playoff implications, but it's littered all over the field today.
Absolutely, and it feels like a fitting story of the season that you have 2 rainouts, then you have 5 games in the last 3 days. The tournament goes to the postseason, but as you said, the door's wide open. The Gatemen trail Cotuit by just 1 game in the standings, essentially 2, because Cotuit has already clinched the head-to-head tiebreaker. So the Gatemen really need to win today. If they do, it's about 50-50 who's going to go to the postseason. If they don't, it's looking like about a 5% chance. So a massive game, huge implications, and as I said, first of 5 games in 3 days, so everything is going to be on the table in terms of bullpen usage, starting lineups. Guys are going to be throwing their absolute best out there for this 1 p.m. matchup.
You know, Wareham, a potential 4-point swing today. With the win, they would tie Cotuit. With the loss, they drop 4 points with 4 games to go and no more head-to-head matchups. You touched on the bullpen usage, but something that doesn't have to change is the offense. And Wareham's Henry DeGiorgio at the bottom of the lineup has really generated some consistent offense for Ryan Smythe.
He certainly has. To have even just one guy that you can pencil in every day and know what you're going to get, even if he doesn't come up with a hit, and oftentimes he has, and in big spots, a lot of RBI singles for DeGiorgio of late, he's going to give long ABs and give that top of the order a lot of pitches to look at and adjust and get ready for whoever they're facing on the mound. He's been absolutely exceptional for this team. This Gatemen team needs to get off to a strong start. He's going to be a big part of that.
Everyone kind of knew that Henry DeGiorgio coming in was going to be a spectacular glove in the field. The offense has been a welcomed addition. And our sideline reporter for tonight, Jack Knight, is standing by with DeGiorgio.
Thanks, guys. Alongside Northeastern shortstop Henry DeGiorgio. Henry, a 2-for-4 day at Chatham. What was working for you at the plate at Veterans Field?
I think just trusting my process, trusting my approach, and finding good pitches to hit, and it ended up working out for me.
Slight 2-day postponement with the off day. How do you plan on keeping your bat hot?
Just sticking with my process at the plate, getting good pitches to hit again, and just trying to hit a line drive over the shortstop, and good things are going to happen. So.
You've been joined by some Northeastern teammates, Cooper Tarantino, AJ Ashentino. How have they affected your experience on the Cape?
They've made it more fun, just like having guys from school obviously around. It makes the team chemistry, I feel like, take a click up a notch a little bit. But, yeah, it's fun having them around, hanging out with them these past 2 days with the off days. So, yeah, it's been fun.
5 games in 3 days. What do you want out of the stretch?
5 wins. Hopefully 5 wins. We're going to take it 1 game at a time, 1 inning at a time, but it'd be nice to get 5 wins, but it starts with this first one against Cotuit this afternoon. So,
thanks so much, Henry. Good luck this afternoon.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, Jack. Joe, with 5 games in 3 days, DeGiorgio can be slotted in the lineup every day. But someone that can't be slotted in the lineup every day is starting pitcher Sahil Patel, who's been absolutely phenomenal. He makes his 3rd start of the summer today.
Can't pitch every day, but they saved him for the biggest of days, and that's this matchup. He has been the surprise ace for this unit. A guy you brought in after a measly year at Ohio State to maybe be a long relief option has turned into your #1 guy. And that's how he's performed. 5 innings scoreless against YD. That was YD's first time being shut out all season. He was excellent. He's remained that way. They're going to look for him to not just pitch good innings, but pitch a lot of them as well. If they can get 5 innings out of him and save the bullpen, again, such a busy few days here, it's going to be absolutely huge.
Yeah, you try and not tax this bullpen. After today, you still have another game tonight against Bourne. Joe, for Wareham and Cotuit, we've talked about the playoff implications, but the Kettleers are 0-9 against teams not named the Gatemen since July 12th. What does Wareham need to do to finally pick up a win against Cotuit today?
We've been saying it all season, but score first. I think the Gatemen offense in these recent games have reverted back to some of those old habits that plagued them so much at the beginning of the year. Really slow starts offensively, a lot of first and second pitch outs, a lot of pop outs. And then late in the game going in this big burst, this big rally coming back, but falling just short. This is a Cotuit team that has, as you said, really scuffled against teams not called the Wareham Gatemen in recent weeks, so it's imperative that this offense gets on the board early and pushes them to the bullpen, because there's multi-game implications for bullpen usage here. 5 games in 3 days. It might not impact us this much in this game, but if the Gatemen can get the starter Tyler Brashear out in 3 innings and force 6 innings of bullpen work for the Kettleers, then they're going to be taxed the entire way to the finish line.
Obviously, today is the 4-point swing, but Cotuit still with more games to play after today's matchup against the Gatemen. First pitch is set for 1 o'clock. That's Joe Henry. I'm Adam Hipsky. We'll talk to you post-game on the Wareham Gatemen Baseball YouTube channel.
Hey, it's me, Wizzy. Water Whiz is the ultimate vacation. Huge slides, a not-so-lazy river, and more ways to cool off than you can count. Plan ahead and save. Tickets as low as $39.95. Rally your crew and lock in your date.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Hi, this is Stephen Goulston. Homeowners choose Mario's Roofing because we're fair, honest, and provide quality services. Call Mario's Roofing today for a free estimate. 781-344-2420. Mario's Roofing. We won't soak you to keep you warm and dry.
It doesn't get bigger than this on a sunny Friday afternoon here in Wareham as the Gatemen and Kets are due to battle with everything on the line for the postseason. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky here at Spillane Field. We'll have the call for you today in what will be a 7-inning affair between the Gatemen and the Kettleers. This game was originally scheduled for Wednesday evening due to rain over the last couple of days. Playing a doubleheader here today. This is the first game for the Gatemen, and then they will face Bourne later in the evening. Adam, the Gatemen are 2 points behind Cotuit. They could tie up the Kettleers with 4 games to play if they are to pull off a win today.
And this tells the entire story, Dan. The PPM says with a Wareham win, Cotuit's playoff odds are just 54%. With a Cotuit win in this matchup this afternoon, a 94% chance for the Kettleers to get into the postseason. A 4-point swing here in the next 7 innings.
Certainly will be interesting. Someone that's going to try and come through for his team on the Cotuit side of things is none other than the right fielder Landon Beaver, who's had one of the hottest bats on the Cape as of late.
Yeah, Landon Beaver has been really good. An 8-game hit streak for the rising junior out of UAB, a Cape League All-Star, and since the All-Star game, he's been playing even better. He always has hit for average this summer, but what's really been the difference is the addition of some pop in his bat. You see it right there. Back in the last matchup against Wareham, a 3-for-5 day, drove in 3 runs, and the kid with a home run, batting .280 this summer.
And then on the other side of things, it's none other than Henry DeGiorgio, who really swung a nice bat against Chatham.
And he's starting to become a multi-hit machine for this Gatemen team. The last 4 games that he's recorded a hit, he's gone for multiple in a single game. So coming off a 2-for-4 outing against Chatham, he's starting to command the zone at a really exceptional rate. Swinging at strikes, looking at balls, working deep into counts, and then the speed can start to wreak havoc on the base paths.
You speak of towing the slab, working counts. It's Sahil Patel, who has kind of become the ace of the staff on the mound today. Ryan Smythe going for his best, needing a win.
Yeah, what a story Sahil Patel has been for the Gatemen. Made his debut on July 9th, and through his first 7 2/3, did not allow a run. His last outing, his worst. Went 4 innings, gave up 3 hits and 3 runs, but with 6 strikeouts. That was against Brewster 9 days ago. He's pitching with plenty of rest. He was supposed to go down on Wednesday before a couple of rainouts. He gets a couple of extra days to rest that left arm, and he's dealing to a Cotuit lineup that its offense is certainly its strength.
That is for sure. We'll see if that can come through. The pitching, the bullpen for them especially, has been rough down the stretch. Here's what Rob Cooper trots out today lineup-wise for the Kettleers. It'll be Aiden DeGuayo leading things off in the shortstop position. Then it's Landon Beaver, the right fielder, who had a home run against the Gatemen the last time these two sides played. Then it's the Team USA product, Hogan Denny, in what will be his 13th game for the Kettleers. Isaac Sturgis is the center fielder cleaning things up. Then it's Jesse DiMaggio, the DH, Ryan Taransky, the left fielder, Drew Rapepi in there as the third baseman, Will Plattner and Dawson Santana round out the ninth. Santana made his debut against the Gatemen in that game at Lowell Park. See what he can do rounding out the order. But it will start with Aiden Aguayo. He steps into the righty's batter's box. Sahil Patel is ready to go. And a massive game. All the playoff implications in the world on this 7-inning affair. Patel ready to go, deals the first pitch, and we're underway. It's a ball down low, an official 1:01 start time here from Spillane. The first day game we've had here in Wareham all season long comes with just 3 days to go in the season. Both these squads playing 5 games in the final 3 days. The 1-0 pitch, high and away. 2 balls, no strikes.
And not just the first day game here, but the first day game across the Cape. Everything starting to get smushed into these final 3 days of the regular season, trying to keep that league-wide off day ahead of the playoffs on Monday.
After back-to-back rainouts the past 2 days, Patel fires, finds the zone for the first strike of his outing. He certainly has been one of, if not the best starter for Wareham over his last 2 starts. He's only given up 3 earned runs, that across 9 innings of ball. Patel with a deep breath. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Big cut and a miss from Aguayo. And after 2 straight balls from Patel to start off the game, he's worked the count level at 2-2.
It's going to be really big for Sahil Patel today. Back-to-back outings where he's thrown 70-plus pitches.
2-2 pitch. Popped up on the first base side. Passo gives it a look. He's not going to have a play. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And you're right. Wareham needs Patel to go the distance in this game with how many games there are on this calendar and how many new faces, new arms, established guys. Wareham's scout department released the probable starters this morning, and the only one listed was Patel. The next 4 all TBD.
That includes a game tonight at 7.
2-2 pitch from Patel. Cut on and missed for strike 3. Sahil Patel starts this pivotal matchup strong with a strikeout, and there's 1 down.
That's what Patel does so well, the swing and miss. 10 strikeouts in his last 2 outings, and Patel was kind of scouted out as a big swing and miss guy when coming onto the staff.
Here's what the defense looks like today for Ryan Smythe. Levi Clark behind the plate. A.J. Ashatino in just his 3rd game over at 3rd. Connor Cuff at short. Henry DiGiorgio moves to 2nd. Dylan Passo over at 1st, and left to right in the outfield, R.J. Hamilton, Dylan Dubovic, and Chase Cruson. Now Landon Bieber in the box, left on left. Patel misses down low, 4-1. A couple of guys in new positions today. Ashatino over at 3rd, Hamilton out and left, Cuff not usually over at short, and DiGiorgio at 2nd.
I think the big difference is A.J. Ashatino being slotted in at 3rd.
It is just his 3rd game, his 2nd in the field.
And so what that does is Cuff's 2nd best position is shortstop. So you immediately slide him over, and DiGiorgio, who's kind of been a utility infielder for this group.
2-0 from Patel. Misses on the outside part of the plate. 3 balls, no strikes.
And DiGiorgio is versatile on the infield. R.J. Hamilton is versatile all across the diamond. He can play all 3 outfield positions, as he has this season. This is just his 5th game in left, but he's played all 3.
Non-competitive pitch there from Patel. He issues the 4-pitch walk, the first base on balls he's given up in this one. In his last start against Brewster, which was 4 innings of 3-hit, 3-run ball, he did not allow a walk. See what Hogan Denny, the first baseman, can do. Left this Cotuit squad for a little while in the middle portion of the season to go play with Team USA, but wanted to come back and finish out the season. The Cats certainly glad that he's back. Brings plenty of pop into this order. And Denny steps in with the bright pink bat. And Beaver over at 1st. 1 down here in the top half of the 1st. Patel looks in, fires the first pitch. Big cut and a miss from Denny for strike 1. Has only played against these Gatemen once so far this season, and that was in the opener, all the way back on June 13th. The 0-1 pitch runs in and hits Denny. So the Kettleers get an early runner into scoring position as Patel struggling with some of his control here to start off.
He's got to find it pretty quickly because Wareham, when you look at this pitching staff, Sahil Patel's the only guy that has shown as a starter he can go 4 or 5 deep. So you need him not just to deliver a good start, but he's got to eat innings. And needing more and more pitches to get out of a jam can be damaging down the line.
Going against the left-handed center fielder, Isaac Sturgis. First pitch to him. Fly ball and foul ground on the third base side. It'll drop there. No balls and 1 strike. Sturgis, a guy who has been here the entire season with Cotuit. Kind of a rarity, something that both teams... 3-1. Sturgis just gets a piece of it. And the count runs full. Patel doing a nice job of working himself back into this count after earning the first strike. The previous 3 pitches were all high and away. That time gets one to come in on Sturgis and jam him up. Looks to do the same here. Beaver at second and Denny at first with 1 down. Here in the top of the first, Patel deals the payoff and misses way down low. After striking out Aguayo to start off the game, Patel's allowed 3 straight Cotuit hitters to get aboard, 2 by way of the walk and 1 by a hit by pitch.
And right now it feels like Patel needs to knock off the rust quickly. Hasn't pitched in 9 days, was scheduled to start a couple of days ago, and obviously when your start gets pushed back, everything from your kind of routine starts to be thrown off. And so far, Patel has not had his best stuff whatsoever.
The DH, Jesse DiMaggio, will be the one to come to the plate with the bases loaded. From the right side, he was an all-star selection at the midway point here in the Cape season. And the last time these two teams played, he did deliver some damage, was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Certainly looking for the same thing here. The mound visit breaks. Luxus off the bump with Beaver at third, Denny at second, Sturgis at first. A huge opportunity here for Cotuit early on. The last right-handed batter that Patel faced, he hit, and that was Hogan Denny. He's over at second. DiMaggio trying to deliver early on for his team. 10 RBIs so far this season. Patel ready after the mound visit. Here's the first pitch. Bounced in the dirt. Clark keeps it close. 4-1, something that he needs to be mindful of if a ball gets by. Beaver is ready to take off from third and move up.
And right now, it'll be interesting to see how aggressive Cotuit is on the bases. You have to put a ball in play against Patel, but you never know with this pitching staff that the Kettleers have.
Wareham has the corners tucked in. Middle infielders in double play depth. 1-0, fouled back to the screen for strike 1. In the last game between these two sides, it was Cotuit getting ahead first, took a 1-0 lead in the bottom half of the first at Lowell Park before adding 3 in the second. Trying to do the same here, 1-1. Chased by DiMaggio up and away. And the count's 1-2, a big pitch coming here for Patel. Trying to get the strikeout, put 2 outs on the board, and get out of this early jam. Patel ready. Comes home. Breaker that tails down into the dirt. 2-2.
I understand what Patel is trying to do there. You're ahead in the count, try and get a swing and a miss, get that second out so your defense can step back, but Patel already passed 20 pitches this inning.
It's been a lot of work trying to close in here on the DH DiMaggio. The 2-2 pitch. Sky-high pop into foul ground on the left side. It will drop out of play. We'll do it again at 2-2 strikes. Patel has managed just 1 out so far here in the top of the first. That was a strikeout to the leadoff man, Aiden Aguayo. Since then, walk, hit by pitch, walk. Searching for a huge K here against DiMaggio. Struck out 14 times on the season, but the batting average at .242. He's capable, trying to deliver. Patel deals. breaker that DiMaggio just gets a piece of. It falls out of Levi Clark's glove. If he could have held on there, would have been a strikeout. But DiMaggio stays alive. Clark was awfully close to gloving it, just couldn't get it.
Patel had him fooled. That's some pretty good approach from Jesse DiMaggio. Stay alive in the count.
Doing anything possible to stay alive. Patel gets what he likes. Delivers the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Tipped into the glove of Clark. A huge strikeout for Sahil Patel. Puts 2 outs on the board with the bases loaded.
And obviously you get through the top half of this Cotuit lineup. They haven't put a ball in play yet, but the bases are loaded. But now if you're Patel, you can take a deep breath. 2 outs. You're getting towards the weaker half of the Kettleers order. Now you can try and attack. Just get out of this jam.
It's Ryan Taransky, the left fielder at the plate, still with the bases juiced. Patel fires the first pitch, fastball. Strike at the top of the zone. Taransky, a 123 hitter through 30 games this season, so you mentioned it getting easier. Certainly does here for Patel, trying to take advantage of that and the left on left. Here's the 0-1. Big cut and a miss from Taransky. And Patel now just a pitch away from getting out of this bases-loaded jam here in the top of the first. Would be impressive stuff, trying to put a 0 on the board before his offense gets to go to work. Patel ready at the belt. Comes home. Swing and a miss. Gets Taransky on 3 pitches and strands the bases loaded. No balls are put in play here in the top half of the first. All strikeouts or walks, but Patel does a magnificent job of working around some traffic. Puts up a 0. RJ Hamilton, Connor Cup, and Levi Clark to the plate in the bottom half when we come back.
Get your merch at the Wareham Gatemen website and click shop to view our latest merch drops. The 2026 Gatemen Kids Clinic registration is live and open. Starting next week, kids will have the chance to be taught by Gatemen coaches and players. For more information, visit the Wareham Gatemen website for dates, times, prices, and opportunities for your kids to have the most memorable week of their summer.
Sahil Patel works around a bases-loaded jam in the top half of the first. Gets his offense into the dugout. Tyler Brashear taking the bump for Cotuit, looking to put up a 0 just like Patel did.
Brashear in his 3rd start of the summer, the right-hander out of Eckerd College, has pitched to a 3.86 ERA across 18 2/3. And his last outing came back on the 25th of July. It was his longest of the summer. He went 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. So he started to kind of be expanded into a starter role, and that last outing, certainly his best. 63 pitches, 42 strikes. He came into the summer saying that he wanted to work on commanding the zone. Well, he did that his last time out.
He uses a 3-pitch mix of sinker, cutter, and slider, using the sinker and the cutter both at 40%. And then the slider is his secondary pitch, really. It'll be RJ Hamilton, Connor Cuff, and Levi Clark to start things off for Wareham here in this game. Looking to put up a run early, take an early lead. As you see, the rest of the 9, Chase Cruson, Kona Clyde, Dylan Passo, Dylan Dubovic, AJ Ashatino, and Henry DeGiorgio. Notably, no Foster Apple in the order. First pitch here from Brashear to Hamilton. Runs in and hits him. That's not a good way to start things off if you're Brashear, and Wareham will take the free base runner.
Yes, they will. And talked about the top of the first. Sahil Patel struggled, 2 walks and a hit by pitch. That time, Brashear gets his hit by pitch out of the way. First pitch of his day.
Be Connor Cuff now from the left side after Hamilton was hit by the pitch on the first pitch of the game from Brashear. Cuff 0 for 3 in his last game against Chatham with a pair of strikeouts. He's 0 for his last 7 at the plate. First pitch from Brashear. Hamilton on the move for a second, but then stopped. Plattner was ready to gun it down to second. Hamilton skimpered back. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, I don't mind it right there. Try and make Brashear take an extra second to think about this runner on first.
Hamilton skilled, 13 for 15 on stolen bases. 1-0. Misses outside, and Brashear having similar control issues to Patel to start the game. Finds himself behind Cuff 2-0. Brashear shakes off a couple of signs, gets what he likes, comes set at the belt. And deals. Misses high and away. 3 balls and no strikes. To Connor Cuff. He's walked 4 times this season, not in 15 games. Looking to work one here, set up first and second for Levi Clark with nobody down. The 3-0 from Brashear misses way outside. He has not yet thrown a strike. It's been 5 straight balls to start off the outing, and now he faces the hard-hitting Levi Clark. A big opportunity here for Wareham to take the lead.
Yeah, it's really feeling like the same story as the top of the first. Now, Sahil Patel had his swing and miss stuff going. It was just when he could get around the edges and when he could induce the swing and miss. Right now, Brashear hasn't made Wareham swing at 1 pitch.
Overall, a ball has not been put in play with 7 combined batters to the plate so far. And we've had 2 hit by pitches and 3 walks in that time. Corners come in here for Cotuit, thinking that Clark's going to lay down the bunt. First pitch from Brashear. There's a strike. And Clark did not go for the bunt. And obviously you understand not wanting to make your 3-hole hitter bunt, but in this pivotal of a game, might think about manufacturing some runs early. The 0-1. Clark checks his swing. He does go around, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, that quick talk between Plattner and Brashear has at least helped out the pitcher for the time being. Back-to-back competitive pitches after about as far of a difference start as you can get.
Hamilton on the move here in the 0-2. It runs in and it hits Clark. This has been a struggle for both pitchers to start the game. The bases are loaded with nobody out for Chase Cruson.
Couple of pitches that got away from Brashear, and that's one that could come back to haunt him. In a no-ball, 2-strike count with no outs, you let one get away from you, run inside, and hit Levi Clark. And now, at least for the time being, pays off that Clark didn't lay down the bunt.
Yeah, on an 0-2 count, too. Here's Chase Cruson. First pitch to him, misses 4-1. Still no ball in play, 8 batters to the plate combined. 3 hit by pitches, 3 walks. Certainly been interesting. Cruson trying to capitalize with the bases loaded. Brashear can't touch the zone. That's 2-0.
Yeah, 10 pitches, 2 strikes.
The pitching coach is out for Cotuit to talk this over. Kevin Curtin. Certainly an interesting start.
There's 9, or I guess 7 innings to play today.
7.
7 innings to play today. And sure, it's not a full 9-inning game, but if you let up a run here, it's not the end of the world. Trust your bats to get you back into it. I don't think if you're Brashear, you can pitch to perfection. If you're expecting to not give up a run facing the middle of the order with the bases loaded and no outs, Obviously, it's a welcomed bonus if you do get out of this jam unscathed, but I think Brashear needs to just work on hitting the zone.
The bases are loaded with nobody out and a 2-ball, no-strike count here to chase Cruson. Brashear fires, and Cruson laid down bunt for a second. He pulls it back. It's called strike. Top of the zone, 2-1. Both teams having the bases loaded in the first inning. Cotuit did not capitalize. That was with 1 out. And Wareham with no out. 2-1 pitch. Just misses the outside part of the plate. And now Brashear just a pitch away from walking home a run. 3 straight have reached to start off the game. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Brashear. Popped foul by Cruson, and the count runs full.
I don't mind it there from Cruson. Stay ready. Show that you're not just going to sit there with the bat on your shoulder. Make Brashear pitch to you. Force him to stay away the outside corners.
A big payoff pitch coming here early on. Brashear set, winds, and fires. It misses down low. And Brashear has walked home a run. That's been 4 free passes issued. 2 by a hit by pitch, 2 by a walk, and Wareham's up 1-0.
And it's interesting.
Brashear, it really doesn't get easier than that. I mean,
yeah, overall this summer, Brashear hasn't really struggled with command. 11 walks in 18 2/3 innings and 27 strikeouts. He's been really good. It's less than a 1 whip, and right now, Wareham hasn't had to put a ball in play.
Cone Nicolai at the plate with the bases loaded. First pitch, middle of the zone for a strike. A reliever has started to trot down to the bullpen. It's Mason Holloway from Binghamton for Cotuit, who was primarily a starter this past season, 52 1/3 innings pitched. A 1 from Brashear. Clubbed into left field. Going back is Taransky. That ball drops in the gap. Coming home to score is Cup. Clark on the way. Cruson getting the wave. He's going to be in without a throw. It's a bases clearing double for Cohen Nicolai, and Wareham's up 4-0.
What a start for the Gatemen. First ball that gets put into play comes with the bases loaded and no outs, and Nicolai clears them. And Brashear obviously finally had to make Wareham earn it. And then Nicolai breaks this game open early.
Now it's still in Paso. It's 4-0. All the walks come back to haunt Brashear. And the Kettleers in a big early hole. Paso squares bunt, pulls it back for ball 1. Nicolai was waiting for it. He was 1 for 13 across the last 6 coming into this one. That one was the home run against Cotuit. As the 1-0 pitch, grounded over to the right side. Fielded by Santana. He throws to first. There's the first out finally for Brashear. Nicolai moves over to third, 1 down.
Nice job by Paso, keeping it on the right side. Give Nicolai a chance to move up. Dubovic lifts one to the outfield. Another run can come in.
Here's the defense for Rob Cooper. It's Will Plattner behind the plate, Drew Rapepi at third, Aiden Aguayo at short. Dawson Santana just made that play at second. Hogan Denny at first. Ryan Taransky, Isaac Sturgis, Landon Beaver in the outfield. Dylan Dubovic at the plate. First pitch to him called strike. Interestingly enough, it was Cotuit who had the 4-0 lead after 2 innings against Wareham at Lowell Park last time. Wareham dug out of the hole, but couldn't get close enough. Fell 5-4. We'll see what Cotuit has in them. But Wareham off to a flying start. The 0-1's a really nice pitch on the cutter from Brashear. Makes it no balls and 2 strikes. Had a really rough start to this game. Hit by pitch, walk, hit by pitch, walk. 3 RBI double from Nicolai. Just got Paso to ground out. Up 0-2 here on Dubovic. The pitch. Grounded foul over near the Gatemen dugout on the third base side.
Dubovic's already gotten behind, 0-2. Have to protect. You can still try and play the sacrifice game. Middle of the field wide open.
Here's the 0-2 from Brashear. Swing and a miss. 4 strike 3 on Dubovic. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Still Nicolai at third.
So now it's up to Ashatino to extend the inning. Dubovic right there has been kind of the same issue that's plagued his success all summer long. A lot of swing and miss. Right there with one outs, those situations, got to put balls in play.
First pitch here to Ashatino. Clips the top part of the zone for strike one. Seems like Brashear has found some confidence after that first out, but Nikolai took full advantage of it. He's now up to 21 RBIs on the season. That leads Wareham. 0-1 pitch. Big cut and a miss from Ashatino. This is just Ashatino's third game of the season. Is 2 for 5 in that time and actually debuted against Cotuit at Lowell Park, made the final out on the bases in the ninth. Looks at strike three right there. 6 pitches, 2 outs for Tyler Brashear to end things off here in the bottom of the first, but Wareham strikes first with a big crooked number. 4 runs across for the Gatemen, in control as they're hunting for the playoffs after a singular inning. Time to turn things over to our beat reporter, Jack Knight, who gets you caught up on everything that happened with the rain delays and the rescheduling over the last couple of days here in the Cape League.
Everyone sees the dates and times change on the CCBL website, but what exactly goes on behind the scenes when weather meddles in Cape League action? Well, I talked to MLB Scout Liaison Dan Roach to find out what those conversations sound like.
Really, I think the league has done a great job this year, and in my 3 years here, it's the first time I've kind of experienced it. Playing all 40 games, that is an emphasis for this league and for us too, especially in a playoff race. So a lot of the conversations have been built around how are we going to make sure that all 40 games get played in this season without having to do any cancellations.
The biggest change may come from the pitching schedule. Wareham decided on Sahil Patel's third start of the summer for Game 1, but its final 4 games of the summer still remain undecided. But plenty of conversations between Roach, pitching coach Eric Luxus, and the entire Gatemen coaching staff.
Yeah, I mean, the pitchers, a lot of them are creatures of habit, so a lot of these changes are definitely not ideal. I think our coaching staff, our pitching coach Eric Luxus, has a great plan in place. We got to win today's first game, and then I think we'll start to see a clearer picture come from there with the pitchers.
Decisions have to be made, but hey, that's just baseball. Dan and Adam, back to you for some more Wareham decisions this.
Thanks, Jack. Top of the second, a no-ball 2-strike count here on Drew Repepe, who's making just his second appearance for Cotuit this season. He was 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout in his debut against Hyannis, a man from Gardner-Webb. Batted .284 there over 50 games. Looks at ball 1, high and away. Sahil Patel back in there for his second inning of work, pitching with some great run support after Wareham scratches across 4 in the first. The ball was not put in play in the top half when Patel was on the mound. 1-2 pitch. Tails down low for ball 2. It was a strikeout to Aiden Aguayo to start things off. Then walk, hit by pitch walk to load the bases before back-to-back strikeouts against Jesse DiMaggio and Ryan Taransky to get out of it. Trying to work the first out here against Repepe. The 2-2. Fly ball into center field. Dubovic moves under it. He makes the easy play for the first out here in this second.
I think the approach has to change a little bit for Sahil Patel. I know he's a big swing and miss guy, pitch away, try and force a chase out of the zone, but you're pitching with 4 runs in the top of the second in a 7-inning game. Right now, I think it's just try and go as deep as possible into this game and save your bullpen for 4 more games in the next 3 days.
Patel on the mound going against Will Plattner, the catcher. First pitch to him, fouled straight back to the screen. 4-1. Plattner, the 6'1", 205 redshirt senior from Alabama, has played in 14 games so far this year with a .222 batting average for the Kettleers. Here's the 0-1 from Patel. Catches the bottom part of the plate with the breaker for strike 2. Looking to work a seamless inning here in the second after getting around a bases-loaded jam with 1 out in the first. Was really key given that Wareham put up 4 in the bottom half. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3 at the bottom part of the plate. 4th K for Sahil Patel comes here in the top half of the second, and there's quickly 2 down.
Not bad. And that's what Patel can do. Bottom of the order, 3 pitches, pound the zone. Obviously, the strike zone becomes a little bit smaller this time, but can still try and force that same swing and miss.
Yeah, Dawson Santana stands at 5'6", 160. The man from San Diego State at second base today. First pitch to him. Catches the top part of the zone for strike 1. Santana made his first appearance of the season for the Kets against the Gatemen in that 5-4 loss for Wareham. Came in as a pitch hitter, was 0 for 2. Here's the 0-1 from Patel. Just misses on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is a Cotuit team that is 2-8 over their last 10 games. I've lost 3 in a row coming into this one. And those 2 wins over the last 10 have both been over Wareham. 1-1. Fouled back to the screen. It's quickly 1-2. The last win for Cotuit that was not against the Gatemen was on July 12th against Hyannis. So it's been nearly 20 days since their last win against a team not named the Gatemen. Patel ready at the belt, delivers the 1-2 pitch, runs high and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Becomes a question of how long does Sahil Patel stay in this game. That was his 40th pitch of the outing. We're here in the second. It's a 7-inning game. Need to get as much out of him as possible. 2-2 from Patel. Flown to the right side, out of play. Do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Has looked a lot sharper here in the second. And certainly more comfortable, given the run support that he has. Two, 2 outs with the bases clear. The pitch misses down low, and the count runs full. Patel issued 2 base on balls in the first with a hit by pitch. Trying to not let that happen and let the lineup card turn over for the Kets here in the second. The payoff. Santana gets a piece. Stays alive. We'll do it again at 3-2. Making Patel really work. This will be pitch number 44 and the 8th of this at-bat against the 9-hole hitter for Cotuit, who's just 2 for 11 through 3 games this season. The payoff once again misses down low, and Santana earns himself the 2-out walk, passes the baton to the leadoff man, Aiden Aguayo.
That's a tough one for Patel. Dawson Santana at 5'6" makes the strike zone so much smaller. And for Patel, you go from pitching to a guy like Will Plattner, who is not that small.
6'1" to 5'6". Aiden Aguayo, the shortstop, now at the plate with Santana over at first. A first pitch to him. Down low, 4-1.
At first, I thought you were saying he was 256 pounds.
That would certainly be a big difference, but not the case, just 6 inches separating the two. As the 1-0, screwballed over to the first base side, it rolls out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cotuit looking for some 2-out momentum against Patel, but really that walk overall just forces Patel to throw more pitches. He's nearing the 50 mark, which is not what Ryan Smythe and company would have hoped for. And you wonder after him, will it be Jake Schweitzer in this pivotal of a game, or do you save him for a game down the line here with still 4 more to play, including 1 today?
Yeah, and if history repeats itself, you're thinking around 70 pitches for Patel Right now, the pace would be 3, maybe get 4.
One-one-two, Aguayo. Breaker catches the top part of the zone for strike 2.
I also think it depends on what this Wareham offense does. And with the possibility of Schweitzer going tonight, I think you would kind of start to drool at that idea if you can save him for another game.
Certainly. Before the 1-2, pickoff attempt over on Santana. Does not have a stolen base so far this season.
And Schweitzer went up and started throwing when Patel had the bases loaded and just 1 out. He sat down quickly after Patel got out of the inning, but he's certainly ready to go.
1-2. Poked foul by Aguayo. He's another guy that's been here for the large part of the season, the man from UCLA. His college teammate, Angel Cervantes, has made waves as one of the best pitchers on the Cape with Chatham. 2 rising sophomores from UCLA that have really been key guys with their respective teams. 1-2 high and away from Patel. The count runs to 2-2. That's been the thing as well. Sure, Patel has been getting outs, but it's been a lot of long counts for him where he's had to work deep against a lot of these hitters. This will be pitch number 6 here against Aguayo, who he got to swing and miss back in the first. Does so again here to end off the second. 5 strikeouts for Sahil Patel. He's put up back-to-back zeros to start up this game for Wareham. The offense looks to add more to the already big lead at 4-0 when we come back here on Cape League TV.
Hey, it's me, Wizzy. Water Whiz is the ultimate vacation. Huge slides, a not-so-lazy river, and more ways to cool off than you can count. Plan ahead and save. Tickets as low as $39.95. Rally your crew and lock in your date.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Hi, this is Stephen Goulston. Homeowners choose Mario's Roofing because we're fair, honest, and provide quality services. Call Mario's Roofing today for a free estimate. 781-344-2420. Mario's Roofing. We won't soak you to keep you warm and dry.
Wareham looking to keep the offensive momentum rolling here in the bottom half of the second. Sent 8 hitters to the plate in that first and scored 4 runs.
And it was Brashear's lack of control early on that led to the demise. On the first ball put in play, it was a chance to clear the bases, and Nikolai got a hold of a fastball upper third and punched it out to the gap. And right there, when you've got that much speed on the bases for Wareham, an easy chance to empty the path. And now the Gatemen holding on to a 4-0 lead, trying to cling on to it for the rest of this one.
Certainly looking to add more, though, with Henry DeGiorgio coming to the plate. 9-1-2 for the Gatemen. Here in the second, still going against the starter, Brashear, who, while letting up 4 runs, just allowed a singular hit. It was a lot of self-inflicted wounds in that bottom of the first. First pitch here to DeGiorgio, finds the zone for strike 1. And Brashear, a guy who's been solid. His last start for Cotuit was 4 innings of 1-hit ball with no runs given up and 5 punch-outs against Harwich. 0-1 pitch. Paints it into the zone for strike 2. Cotuit has not come back from a 4-0 deficit so far this season. They've held multiple leads, have squandered them down the stretch over this 2-for-8 stretch in the last 10. 0-2 pitch gets DeGiorgio to just stare at it. That's 3 straight strikeouts for Tyler Brashear, and he gets DeGiorgio on 3 pitches.
And a lot of ball left for Brashear. And, yeah, you send 8 to the plate in the first inning, but a chance to bounce back. And at the end of the day, first trip through the order, he let up 1 hit. Now, granted, you didn't let Wareham hitters get much of a chance, especially in the top half, but you can still continue to get back into this.
Faces the top of the order with R.J. Hamilton, who flares one into center field. That ball is down. He will stop at first That's a 1-out single for R.J. Hamilton, who is now 5 for his last 10. He has been so good recently.
Guess I should bite my tongue, Dan, because Hamilton heard that we said Brashear only let up 1 hit first time through the order, and then he goes after that first pitch, drives it out for a base hit, and Hamilton can do so much damage in the running game.
He really can. 13 for 15 on stolen bags this year. See if he goes here. Goes on the first pitch. Here's the throw down on a called strike. Not in time. Hamilton swims around the tag and is into scoring position here with 1 down.
Yeah, not bad. It was not a bad throw by any means.
That was good
from Plattner, but Hamilton, with so much experience stealing bases, can kind of have that instinct to evade the tag, does so there, and moves into scoring position.
Wareham looking to capitalize with Hamilton over at second. Here's the 0-1 to Cuff. It's hammered into deep right field, but it goes foul. No balls, 2 strikes on Cuff, who walked back in the first. He's currently riding an 0 for 7 spell. That across 2 games with 3 strikeouts. Is, however, 4 for 9 against Cotuit this season. Here's the 0-2. Non-competitive pitch from Brashear. Just never broke in. It misses in the righty batter's box. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 4 across for Wareham in the bottom of the first, looking to add more. Hamilton off of second. Brashear steps off as Hamilton was making some motion over there at second, causing some commotion.
I like it. Make Brashear think about what's going on behind you. That's how you can start to pitch away.
1-2 pitch. Ground ball to the right side, through. Beaver picks it up and right. Hamilton will stop at third. And there's runners at the corners with 1 down for Levi Clark.
Hamilton was getting the wave home, and him and Nate Ewing just not on the same page. Obviously, you're forcing a really good throw from Landon Beaver, but he was coming up throwing. So I don't mind it with 1 out. You still have Levi Clark coming to the plate, but it felt like one that Hamilton probably could have scored on.
Back-to-back singles for Wareham after the strikeout to DeGiorgio to start off the inning. Now Levi Clark, who was hit by the pitch last inning. Wareham really trying to blow this game open. First pitch to him. Fastball that catches the top part of the zone for strike 1. Clark on a 3-game hit streak. This would be quite the spot to make that 4. Trying to bring home Hamilton with Cuff at first. Here's the 0-1. Flare shot into right field. Beaver chasing that ball, gets down. Hamilton into score. Cuff stops at second. It's an RBI single for Levi Clark. His 11th run batted in of the year, and it's 5-0 Gatemen.
I like it from Levi Clark. Opposite field, outer third, puts it right back where it came from, and drops it right in front of Beaver. A couple of shots to right field, and the Gatemen continue to add on to their lead.
It's 3 straight singles for Wareham after the first out from DeGiorgio. Now Chase Cruson with Cuff at second and Clark over at first. Squares to bunt, pulls it back for ball 1. Cruson walked back in the first. Put the bases loaded for Cohen to Cly. That was actually an RBI walk as he brought in R.J. Hamilton. 1-0. Cracked into right field. Beaver moves over. He makes a head-high catch. Tagging is Cuff. He will go over to third without a throw. It was a hard line drive from Cruson. Just found the glove of Beaver, and there's 2 down with runners at the corners.
And right now, I didn't like that first pitch when Cruson squared to bunt. It seems like he's starting to get some barrels on balls. Up and down this Wareham order against Brashear. Everyone's seeing him really well second time through. Especially a guy like Nikolai. I think you try and continue to hit for extra bases.
Nikolai had the 3 RBI double, which cleared the bases back in the first, trying to deliver once again. Already one run across here in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Nikolai. Paints the outside part of the plate for strike one. Brashear started off the inning with a strikeout to DeGiorgio, then allowed 3 straight singles before the line out into right from Chase Cruson. Nikolai trying to lace the ball into the gap once again. Here's the 0-1. Clark on the move. There will be no throw, but a snap throw to third to check on Cuff. He gets back to the bag in time, but stolen base for Levi Clark, his third of the season. Throws 2 runners into scoring position for Nikolai. It's really been night and day difference for Wareham offense-wise here at home compared to the road. 9-8 here at Spillane, 2-16 away from the friendly confines. 1-1. Nikolai checks his swing. He does not go around, and the pitch misses outside. It's 2-1. Wareham could make this 7-0 in the blink of an eye. Brashear set. Delivers. Breaker that runs in and nearly hits Nikolai. 3-1. Obviously, still plenty of game to go, but you start to think about that mercy rule. If Wareham can really continue to pour it on, it would only have to be 10 after 5 innings, which would save so many arms. That would be huge. Brashear delivers his 3-1 pitch. Fly ball into center field. Sturgis moving back. He's at the wall, and he makes the catch on the run. A couple of hard hit balls from both Cruson and Nikolai result in lineouts in the outfield, but Wareham still gets one here in the second, extends the lead to 5-0 off of 3 hits with 2 runners left on base. We head to the third. The Gatemen up by a boatload early on.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Wareham looking for at least another inning out of Sahil Patel, up 5-0. Well on their way as of right now to tying Cotuit at the bottom for the final playoff spot. You see it there. If Wareham wins, a 46% chance to make it. If Cotuit wins, that drops to 6. So this game is huge. And even with a Wareham win, they would not be in the playoffs yet. They would be tied even with Cotuit, meaning that they would need to win one more game and Cotuit lose one more on the same day with 4 games left to play. Sahil Patel will start things off against the heart of the order. Landon Beaver, Hogan Denny, Isaac Sturgis, 2-3-4 here in the third.
It's a 4-point swing, Dan. If Cotuit can somehow come back, it becomes much more challenging for the Gatemen. You saw right there from the PPM, 6%. And that's because Wareham is technically chasing 3 games with 4 to go. This one keeps them alive.
That with a loss, of course. 1-1, check swing from Beaver. Did he go? Third base umpire Jake Brickta says no. 2 balls and 1 strike. Beaver walked back in the first against Patel. That was in the slew of where he let up 3 free passes and loaded the bases with 1 out before working out of it.
And at that point,
2-1, a high fly ball into right field. Cruson going back. He's near the wall. Dubovic with the last-second effort, and the ball drops. Hitting third and going all the way, or hitting second and going all the way to third is Beaver. But a miscue in the outfield. Dubovic and Cruson let it drop on the track.
yeah, and that was a little bit weird. Obviously, we're playing early in the day, sun fully out. Looked like Cruson's ball. Dubovic maybe calls him off last second, and then it just drops right between both of them.
See and wait how it's officially scored, but a prime opportunity for Cotuit to get on the board with Hogan Denny at the plate and Beaver at third. First pitch to Denny. Popped up in foul ground on the first base side. It goes out of play for strike 1. It goes down officially as a triple for Landon Beaver, his first of the season. You can now bump Landon Beaver to 10 for 22 over his last 5 games. He has been absolutely nasty.
It comes in as a triple, still under review. We'll see if that one gets changed as this game goes on.
0-1 misses high and away from Patel.
And if you're Patel, you certainly can't let that one get to you. If Denny lifts one into the outfield and brings in a run, that can't get to you because you induced a fly ball that stayed inside the yard.
1-1. Denny slaps it foul on the first base side, and even if Beaver is to score, it's a 5-1 game.
Yeah, you're fine. Trust your stuff. That was the first hit of the day for Cotuit.
Here's the 1-2. Breaker that misses just above the zone.
And even if it does come in as a hit, you know you're not really getting helped by your defense. That's kind of a technicality. Does it hit a glove? Does it not hit a glove in the outfield? Either way, Cruson or Dubovic should have had that.
2-2. Foul on the first base side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. First run in this game for Cotuit, standing at third. Denny, 5 RBIs this season, looking for number 6. Here in a 2-2 count against Patel. Here's the pitch. Breaker that freezes Denny on the outside part of the plate for strikeout number 7 for Patel. 1 down.
And that's such a nice job by Sahil Patel. In a 2-strike count with a runner on third, you don't have to be perfect, but that time he was. Outer third, dots it, and freezes Denny for strike 3.
Now Isaac Sturgis, the center fielder, who walked back in the first. Still Beaver at third. First pitch to him. Fouled behind the plate for strike 1. Cotuit so far in this game 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. See if that trend continues. Patel's certainly hoping so. He's past 60 pitches. The 0-1. Dots the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Patel doing a really nice job of working around the leadoff triple. Patel set at the belt. Comes home. Check swing. Does he go around? Yes, says our home plate umpire, Kevin Saxton. And after the leadoff triple, back-to-back strikeouts for Sahil Patel. He's up to 8 Ks.
And obviously you love it. Not letting a ball get put into play. But if you're looking for the downside, that's 63 pitches from Sahil Patel. And his most this summer has been 70.
You would expect this batter, maybe a couple more in the next inning, to be his last, and that being Jesse DiMaggio, who loops a pitch into deep center field. Dubovic going back near the wall. He makes the running grab. Nothing comes of the leadoff triple from Landon Beaver. Cotuit 0 for 5 in this game with runners in scoring position, and it stays 5-0 Wareham going to the bottom of the third.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
Bottom half of the third, Wareham cruising in this game, up 5-0. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky, with Dylan Passo coming to the plate, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Wareham, who all went down to Tyler Brashear to end off the first inning. See if they can change that here. Brashear in his second, now third inning of work after the first two where he let up 5 runs. Not his best stuff whatsoever after going 4 innings clean in his last start. First pitch here to Passo, finds the middle of the zone for strike 1.
And that's really why Brashear is back out for the third inning. He was dominant against the 6 through 9 hitters. Guessing this is his last inning.
A 1. Tails below the zone for ball 1. This the first of 2 games today for Wareham and Cotuit. The Gatemen will host Bourne later in the day, while Cotuit travels to Gov Fuller Field to face Falmouth for the final time. 1-1. This is down low, and it's interesting. The other important game on the board here in the West Division is Hyannis and Bourne. Those two playing right now. Obviously, Wareham will play Bourne later in the day. As the 1-1. This is outside for ball 2. Hyannis is up on Bourne 2-0. And with a Hyannis win, they would pull within just a point of Bourne at the top of the standings and take the season series. 1-1. This is high and away, or the 3-1 rather, for ball 4. So it's a 5-pitch walk from Brashear to Passo. The interesting things become that we thought that Bourne really wouldn't have much to play for here with 4 games. If they go down to Hyannis, the same exact scenario as Wareham. With a Hyannis win and a Bourne loss, Hyannis would be in the lead for the West Division crown. So they have a lot to play for as well when they come to Spillane Field tonight.
And it really felt like at about the midway point through the season, Bourne was in firm control of that West Division too.
The Braves still time to rally, down 2-0 in the top of the third in what is a 7-inning game over in Hyannis. 0-1. Big cut and a miss from Dubovic for strike 2. So later on, it'll be Cotuit at Falmouth, Bourne at Wareham, Harwich at Hyannis, and Chatham at Orleans. Brewster also paying a visit to the YD Red Sox. 0-2 pitch to Dubovic. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Snap throw down to first. They nearly had Passo. But Brashear gets the strikeout. That his 4th, and there's one down here in the bottom of the 3rd.
And that's exactly why Brashear stays into the game. Dubovic, Ashatino, and DiGiorgio, he all struck out in the 1st and 2nd inning. So now you're trying to at least save your arms and get another out of Brashear, despite giving up 5 runs in the first 2 innings.
A.J. Ashatino at the plate. Takes the first pitch high and away. A Cotuit order that has mustered just one hit against the starter Sahil Patel through 3 innings, but they have made him work. He's up to about 65 pitches heading into the 4th inning. 1-0. Strike, another snap throw to first. Passo's back there in time. Nobody warming right now in the Wareham bullpen, so seems like it will be Patel for the 4th inning. No reason not to pull him just yet. He's pitched 3 innings of no-run ball. 1-1. Cracked bat, fielded by Brashear. Fumbles with it for a second, flips to the bag for the out. Passo over to second on the play, so a runner in scoring position with 2 down for Henry DiGiorgio.
Right there, Ashatino, I think, still getting used to the wood bat early on here with the Gatemen this summer. And Split It kind of looked down and was like, oh, my bat's in 2 pieces. And then a late jog over to first. It wouldn't have mattered. Brashear fielded it cleanly. But a chance for DiGiorgio to extend the inning and pad this Wareham lead.
Already up 5-0. Wareham has scored a run in every inning thus far, trying to keep that going. First pitch to DiGiorgio. Fouled back to the screen. He went down looking on 3 pitches to Brashear to start off the 2nd. Then the top of the Wareham order rallied off 3 hits in a row before back-to-back flyouts from Cruson and Nikolai. One-0 pitch. Just misses on the outside part. 2 balls, no strikes. Brashear ready. 1-1. Crack to the right side. It gets past a diving Denny. Hitting third and jogging home is Passo. He's going to be in there as the throw comes up the line. Going over to second is DiGiorgio on the errant throw. RBI single for Henry DiGiorgio. Makes it 6-0.
And right there, what you just saw from Landon Beaver is that's an arm that you can absolutely take advantage of. That throw well up the line, gets away from Plattner, and Passo easily scores from second. It should have been a much closer play, but Wareham adds another.
Cotuit all out of sorts this afternoon. It's been a run in every inning thus far for the Gatemen. R.J. Hamilton looks to continue that. Had a single off of Brashear back in the 2nd. First pitch, runs inside. The pitching strategy has to change now for Ryan Smythe and company. Up by 6 runs. You just need to pitch 4 more innings for this win. Obviously, you don't want to go to the quote-unquote low-leverage guys, but at the same time, don't want to burn your best in a game that might already be decided. 1-0. Cutter catches the zone for strike 1. Everybody's available. 2 days of rest in the bullpen before this 5-game and 3-day stretch. It's going to be a question of whether they can hold up. Patel was the only named starter coming into this game. Everyone else, TBD. Every game a must-win game for the Gatemen, really.
And it becomes a much more difficult puzzle for Eric Luxus, the pitching coach, to try and figure out when every game is must-win. There isn't a game where you can say, okay, we don't need this one and we can put all of our chips into this basket. Every game matters so much at this point.
The 1-1 just misses. Ball 2. And really, Wareham is only 4 runs away from that mercy rule after 5. That could be huge for them when we talk about arms. That's why they're trying to pile on as much as possible. 2-1. Cracked into center field. Sturgis going back, and it drops in front of him. Just completely lost sight of the ball. Coming around to score is DiGiorgio. Hamilton flies over to third on an RBI triple. His first triple of the season makes it 7-0 G-Men.
Yeah, Sturgis just lost it at the last second. Hamilton was on the move and makes it all the way to third, and Wareham adds another in the 3rd inning.
This has been an offensive explosion for the Gatemen, and it's interesting that Rob Cooper has not gotten Tyler Brashear out of this game. He's let up 7 runs across 2 2/3. Both the runs in this inning have come with 2 outs. Now it's Connor Cuff at the plate. First pitch to him, broken back grounder to the first base side. Denny picks it up and steps on the bag for out number 3, but not without a world of harm inflicted on Cotuit. 2 more runs for Wareham in this inning. Comes on 2 hits, no errors, with 1 left on base. After 3 innings of play here in Wareham, it's 7-0 Gatemen. We send things over to our beat reporter, Jack Knight. Jack, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. The Cape League season is just a week underway, and now as teams, this playoffs come to front of people's minds. Well, let's take a look at where the West Division standings sit now, knowing that things can and will probably change. Starting off with the Bravos, they've owned the Cape League the last 5 years, 3 championships, and look to do it once again. 39 points on the summer, but Bourne starting to get hawked, shall I say. Hyannis now 36 points after a 3-game win streak, 2 of those coming in the West Division. Hyannis now a critical game against Bourne right now with the season series and a potential tiebreaker on the line. Falmouth sitting in that 3rd spot, a monstrous victory for them last time out, a 13-run performance against Bourne, currently sitting in that 3 seed, but could be a riser. Now it sets up Cotuit and Wareham. The 2 squads have not reached the 30-point mark yet in the summer, but right here, Wareham trying to fight back despite Cotuit owning the tiebreaker. Well, there we have it, the Wild West with just 3 days of action to go. Dan and Adam, I don't know about you, but I've sure got my popcorn ready.
Thanks so much, Jack. Making sports facilities iconic. Official netting and facility solutions partner. And a proud supporter.
Thanks, Jack. Back here at Spillane Field, top of the 4th with Dan Shalam. I'm Adam Hipsky. Sahil Patel back to work for the Gatemen, protecting a 7-0 lead. Dan, he's got 64 pitches, but Wareham in this dead-on sprint to the finish line, still with 4 more games in 3 days. They try and extend him into the 4th inning.
Just trying to do anything possible to keep him rolling. You don't want to go to the bullpen if you don't have to. You haven't given up any runs with Patel. This is probably the last time he's going to pitch this season as well. If the Gatemen don't make the playoffs, that's why they need him to really go the distance.
And right now, Friday, July 31st, game 1 of the playoffs would be August 4th. As the first pitch to Ryan Taransky is outside for ball 1. 6-7-8 due up for Cotuit in this half inning. So it would be shortened rest, but Wareham doesn't really have the choice with a couple of rainouts pushing Patel back to today. The 1-0. Wide, left side, and out of play. But Wareham really trying to stay away from its bullpen as long as possible. We saw Schweitzer up and throwing in the first inning when the bases were loaded with nobody out. And since then, Cotuit has left a runner on in each of the first 3 innings, but hasn't scratched one across. 1-1. Oof. Nearly sails in and gets a piece of Taransky in the noggin. And the count 2-1.
Seems like there's a couple of arms starting to stretch and toss down there in the pen.
And in a 7-0 game, your mind starts to churn. Is this a spot where you want Schweitzer to come in and slam the door? Is this a spot where you maybe want to save him for a 7 o'clock game tonight against Bourne? I think regardless, you want Patel and Schweitzer to throw today. If you are to get into the playoffs, you want them fresh and ready for that potential first-round series.
But then it, of course, begs the question of where you go over the next 3 days.
Yeah.
It's a big question mark, or the next 3 games. Logan Baisley, the one starting to throw out there in the bullpen.
And maybe the one arm that you feel like potentially not at your disposal today, Jackson Hoyt threw 50-plus pitches against Chatham a couple of days ago. As this one's rolled over 2-second. Henry DiGiorgio over there, his first chance of the day. It's an easy 4-3 putout, and there's one down in the fourth. Logan Baisley right now with a 7-0 lead, even if things start to unravel for him. This isn't a game where it's, you throw him out there and it's, he can figure it out, but you still get a chance to get 3 outs. And regardless, Wareham's got to get 43 innings, with this game being only 7. You have to get 43 innings out of your 15 pitchers to get to the finish line. Now, is that Baisley gives you 3 innings across 3 games? Wareham doesn't really have a guy that's been built out to starter length outside of Patel and Schweitzer at this point in the season. Hoyt might be the only other one that's thrown more than 50 pitches in an outing.
That's the concerning part. When you lose all of your starters in Brissy, Lee, and Stevens.
1-1. Tucks into the inside corner, called a strike, 1-2. Jaden Barfield, you certainly imagine, will be in the mix. But Patel, his 74th pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball just outside. He liked it, thought it was strike 3.
Well, that's the thing, too. He's up to 75 pitches now. This is his longest outing.
2-2 count on Drew Repepe. Called strike 3. Inside corner, freezes the third baseman, and Patel collects his 8th strikeout of the day. 2 gone in the 4th.
You would expect that this would be the last batter. I don't think you could really ask for more than 4 innings of clean work in a 7-inning game from your starter in Sahil Patel. That, of course, if he can retire Will Plattner.
The longer he goes in this game, the longer you kind of need to rest that arm. It's the right-handed Will Plattner, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch to him, he swings and grounds it over to the third base side and foul. 0-1. Wareham with a 7-0 lead in the top of the 4th. They have scored in each of the first 3 innings. Patel trying to work his first clean 1-2-3 frame of the day. The 0-1. Up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Was nearly completed it back in the 2nd inning. Went 2 up, 2 down, and then offered the walk to Dawson Santana, who's currently on deck for Cotuit. Patel's 1-1 pitch. Checks his swing, doesn't matter, called a strike. And the count 1-2. Plattner just 1 strike away from going down on strikes for the 2nd time today. Patel winds and fires. Ground ball right back to him. He fields cleanly. Underhand flip to first. And Patel, for the first time today, works a clean 1-2-3 frame. We are halfway home in this 7-inning afternoon matchup on a Friday afternoon in Wareham, and it's all Gatemen, 7-0 here at Spillane.
Hey Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A+ Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962 2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Bottom of the fourth, Wareham in front of Cotuit 7-0 alongside Dan Shalam. I'm Adam Hipsky. Tyler Brashear gives the Kettleers 3 innings. It was not a glamorous day for the right-handed starter. 3 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, all 7 earned. And Rob Cooper makes a pitching change, brought to you by Alyssa Watling Intuitive. It's Luke Reho out to make his Cape Cod debut.
Comes up from the Hamptons League, where he showed up for the final 5 games of the season. The man from Westchester made 17 appearances and 12 starts on the mound this past college season with a record of 4-2, ERA of 4.71, and 65 innings of work.
First pitch to Levi Clark is lifted high in the air, curling foul. Hogan Denny, the first baseman, camps under it. And 1 pitch, 1 out, and the Division II righty, Luke Reho, gets his start here on the Cape. It's about as good as you can ask.
This is the best possible outcome right there. Just a high pop-up from Levi Clark. So we'll see what he has in him.
Brashear, 61 pitches, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. All 3 walks in the first inning. It's the first pitch to the cleanup man. Chase Cruson is outside for ball 1. Cruson, after going hitless in his first game of the summer, grounds it over to first, and it's in and out of the glove of Denny. Flips to Reho, and that's a really nice job from Luke Reho. Despite it looking like an easy 3 unassisted, he still covers the bag, and Cotuit needed it. 2 down.
That's the extra effort that gets you that out, and it's been interesting. Reho with 2 balls in play. He's primarily known as a strikeout guy. Had 52 Ks compared to just 16 walks this past season in college.
And now can work a clean 1-2-3. Has needed just 3 pitches to get his first 2 outs. And the offering to Nikolai misses outside. Going Nikolai, the designated hitter who has put 2 absolute barrels on balls. The first 2 were against Brashear. Bases clearing double in the first to get Wareham out to a 3-0 lead. And then a fly out to straightaway center field that took Isaac Sturgis back to the track and nearly cleared the fence. 1-1. Low of the zone for ball 2. Gatemen 7, Kettleers 0 in this shortened 7-inning game. Breaking ball right there on the bottom third. Nikolai looks at it for strike 2. Nikolai picked up his 19th, 20th, and 21st RBI. 2-2. Cut on and miss, strike 3. First call out of the pen for the Kettleers. Luke Reho does his job, pitches a clean 1-2-3 frame. We go to the 5th inning. Wareham protecting a 7-0 lead, and Sahil Patel's day is done. New arm coming up on the other side.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
And a matchup about as pivotal as it gets for a West Division playoff push. Sahil Patel gets the start for Wareham and delivers 4 innings of just 1 hit, no run ball with 8 strikeouts, lowers the season ERA to 1.72. With a 7-0 lead, Ryan Smythe makes his first call to the bullpen, and it is Logan Baisley, the 6'4" righty, making his 4th appearance of the summer and his 3rd against the Kettleers.
In those appearances against the Kettleers, he's let up an earned run in both, trying to flip the script here last pitch against Chatham a couple of days ago. Went an inning with just 1 hit, clean work otherwise all around for him. What a start it was from Sahil Patel. He loaded up the bases himself in the first, worked out of it, and from there on out really never ran into trouble for 4 innings of 1 hit, 3 walks, and 8 strikeout ball. Just what you needed out of Sahil. He delivers, and you hope that Logan Baisley can do the same thing. He's got plenty of run protection to work with. See how it goes for him here.
Baisley is set to face the 9-1-2 hitters. Last through against Chatham, which was the last game that the Gatemen played before a couple of rainouts. The prior 2 appearances both came against the Kettleers. In those 2 appearances combined, 3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. It'll be Dawson Santana, Aiden Aguayo, and Landon Beaver. Righty, lefty for Logan Baisley in a 7-0 game. As always, this pitching change brought to you by Alyssa Watling Intuitive. Baisley gets the go-ahead from Kevin Saxton, the home plate umpire, and out of the windup, his first pitch of the day is a fastball outside for ball 1. Fastball, slider, and sinker for the right-hander out of Florida Gulf Coast. The 1-0. Pitch outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Santana was one of just 2 hitters on Cotuit to not be retired by Sahil Patel, the other Landon Beaver, who was walked and tripled. The 2-0. Down and away, 3 balls and no strikes. Baisley, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts in his 3 appearances here on the Cape. Looking to find his command in a 3-ball, no-strike count to Santana, who walked his first time up, the 5'6" second baseman. 3-0. Sails over the head, and a 4-pitch walk to Dawson Santana, who has yet to be retired still.
It's the last thing you want is for Baisley to not have the control. And sure, he's got plenty of runs to give up in this game, but you just don't want to have to use another arm in this game, ideally, if you're Wareham.
Back to the top of the order for Cotuit in a 7-0 game. It's Aiden Aguayo, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Gatemen need to just get through 7 innings. Baisley shakes off 2 suggestions from Clark. Now comes set. Nice slider. Breaks into the zone for strike 1. Across the Cape, coaches who all don't have a ton to play for. You see the race atop the East Division between YD and Brewster. But everywhere else, all the other day games, Dan, coaches decide to go 7 innings. Ryan Smythe and Rob Cooper both on the same page of wanting to play 9, but realizing the disadvantage that it would give both of these teams that still have to play 4 more games in the next 3 days fighting for a playoff spot. So that's why we're playing 7 today, as the 0-2 is uncorked out to left center field. Santana gets the windmill. He'll score all the way from first, and it's an RBI double for Aiden Aguayo, just his second run driven in of the summer, and Cotuit's finally on the board. It's 7-1 in the top of the 5th.
That ball was smacked into the gap. And again, sure, Baisley, you have plenty of room to make some mistakes, but this is not the start that you wanted for him coming into this game. What you don't want is it to get into the territory where you have to push the Schweitzer button or push a high-leverage guy into this game. It's just one run, and there's a runner at second with nobody down. This is manageable for Logan Baisley.
Brings up Landon Beaver, who also, we said earlier, has not gone down today. First pitch ball outside. And the count 1-0. Beaver, the Cape League All-Star. Rising junior from UAB, and he's ahead in the count 2-0. Not a great start for Logan Baisley. 9 pitches, just 3 strikes. Strike 1 called, outside corner, goes to the fastball at 89.
Nick Rydell getting warm in the bullpen.
Right now, Baisley just trying to get his first out of the day. 2-1. Strike 2 called. Back-to-back strikes off the right hand of Logan Baisley. For Sahil Patel. That allowed a base runner in each of his first 3 innings. Didn't allow one to come across. Pitched a clean 1-2-3 fourth, and now Cotuit finally breaking through once they got to the Wareham bullpen. 2-2, cut on and missed. Baisley's bounce back. That's a big one. Strike 3 swinging, and there's one gone in the 5th.
Just what you needed right there after allowing the first 2 hitters aboard, and Aguayo with some loud contact. You get the very dangerous Landon Beaver to go down swinging.
Now Hogan Denny. The heart of the Cotuit order right now at the plate, trying to claw back into this one. Slider tails inside, called strike 1. Hogan Denny just wrapped up his sophomore season with IU. And talked about earlier, made a brief appearance at USA training camp. The 0-1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Denny not selected to the collegiate national team, so returned back to Cotuit. Get more at-bats, more in-game action before heading back to Bloomington in the fall. The 1-1 comes home. Downstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike. Denny not the only Cotuit hitter to be plucked by Team USA's training camp. Tage Davis also started the season with the Kettleers. A finalist for the Golden Spikes Award, first baseman out of Louisville, who was one of the most hyped up prospects here on the Cape this summer. 2-1 popped up, sky high. Underneath it is Paso, and he makes the catch for the second out.
It's been a really nice response from Logan Baisley after letting up the run. Gets through Beaver and Denny, who are the 2 biggest threats in this order. Now just needs to get Isaac Sturgis to keep this a 6-run game.
I think if there's any game where Wareham is going to be more aggressive and going to higher leverage guys early, it's this one against Cotuit. 4-point swing. Still have a 7-1 lead as the pitch inside to Isaac Sturgis for ball 1. Still a runner on second, and Aguayo. He had the RBI doubled to deliver Cotuit its first runs of the ball game. Baisley's had to shake off a lot of signs from Levi Clark so far. Pitch pitch inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Baisley here in his 4th appearance of the summer. Back with the Gatemen for the 2nd straight year. Made 10 appearances and 6 starts with Wareham in 2025. The 2-0. That's the inside corner, called a strike, 2-1. So Baisley obviously capable of providing that length. Has pitched 25 innings across 2 seasons at Florida Gulf Coast. The 2-1. Grounded foul, right side. Baisley trying to retire 3 in a row after a walk and a double to start the inning. Baisley nods, comes set. Ready's the 2-2. Cut on and miss, strike 3. Baisley responds after an RBI double from Aiden Aguayo and sits down a pair on strikes and induces a pop out. We're through 4.5 at Spillane Field, and Wareham has a 7-1 lead over Cotuit.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Bottom of the 5th, Luke Rejo back to work. First pitch, called a strike outside corner. Gatemen on top of the Kettleers 7-1 as we take a look around the Cape Cod Baseball League. As the 0-1 is skied into shallow left center. It's the shortstop, Aiden Aguayo, back on it, and he gloves it for the first out of the inning. Dan, news across the Cape. The first team has officially been eliminated from playoff contention. And also, in the same breath, you can say that Chatham has clinched a playoff spot after a 9-0 win over Brewster.
RIP the Firebirds, even with the win over YD. Not enough games left to make up the ground.
Firebirds started to surge in the final 25% of the season, but too little, too late. Chatham with a big 9-0 victory. That's against a Brewster team that's trying to fight it out for first place in the East Division.
Both those teams losing, nothing changes there between YD and Brewster.
Hogan Denny shaken up after being hit by a ball. Excuse me, Will Plattner. Hogan Denny also rotates in there as the catcher, but today it's Will Plattner doing the duties.
Checking out the hand.
So Wareham 7, Cotuit 1. YD with a 2-point lead over Brewster for the East Division crown. And it's Red Sox and Whitecaps at 4:30 at Red Wilson Field.
It's quick commute time. Given that YD is still in a game right now and they play another one in 2 hours, Brewster getting over there. I'm still interested about this Hyannis and Bourne game with the Harbor Hawks up 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth. There's going to be a lot on the line between the Gatemen and the Braves tonight.
And trying to secure that home field advantage throughout the West Division playoffs. You see it on the top of every scoreline, Dan. Makeup, 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 and another makeup. It's really all it's been for both of these two sides and for really the entire Cape League in 2026, at least in this past week.
Been so much rain. We've talked to a few people. It's kind of been unprecedented how many cancellations and makeups we've had the entire season.
Plattner is still down. He puts the mask back on. It looks like he'll stay in this game. And now Luke Rejo will deal a couple of warm-up pitches to confirm to the manager, Rob Cooper, that Plattner is going to stay in this game. And Dylan Dubovic digs back in. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Dubovic 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The wind-up, the pitch. Grounded, left side just foul. Dubovic out in front of it. Had the off speed at 80 miles an hour, bottom third, and tried to yank it down the line. And the count's still 1-2.
Nearly did so.
One, two, Rejo nods from the windup. His pitch. The appeal down, and Ryan DeMare says he did not go, and the count's still 2-2.
Dubovic staying alive. That one was high of the zone. Would have been a ball, so a good check swing for him right there.
2-2 with one away. Ashatino on deck, and he swings and misses. Dubovic down on strikes for the third time today. That his 40th strikeout of the summer.
Just kind of describes how it's been for him lately. 2 for the last 20 now.
It'll be A.J. Ashatino, the third baseman from Northeastern. That digs in from the left side. One of 5 left-handed hitters for the Gatemen today. That was a first pitch fastball back into the netting for strike 1. Wareham 7, Cotuit 1. All 7 runs in the first 3 innings. Gatemen went down 1-2-3 in the 4th. And on the verge of going down 1-2-3 in the 5th. Both innings being pitched by Luke Rejo, the right-handed reliever out of Westchester University, a Division II. 1-1. Fly ball, and once again into the screen for strike 2.
And he's looked really good. I mean, he's on the verge of 6 up, 6 down after coming into this game.
19 pitches, 13 for strikes, relieving Brashear. 1-2. Grounded foul. And Brashear, it was from the get-go not a great day for him. A couple of hit-by pitches and a pair of walks to start out his first inning before recording an out. Walked a run in, and then a bases-clearing double opened this game up at 4-0 through the first inning. Called strike 3, Ashatino down on strikes. And Rejo collects his 3rd punch-out of the day in his debut with the Kets. He keeps the deficit at a half dozen. 7-1 through 5 here at Spillane Field. It's the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for Cotuit when we come back. But first, we sent things over to Jack Knight, the 3rd member of our crew. Jack?
Thanks, guys. We're 2 weeks past the CCBL All-Star Game, and many top players have left their franchises. They've either gone back to their colleges to train for the upcoming spring, or they've simply gone home to enjoy the summer. But Wareham's top stars, Levi Clark and R.J. Hamilton, well, they've stuck around for the Gatemen's final playoff push. I talked to Gateman manager Ryan Smythe, and he told me if players truly love baseball, they won't see it as a grind. Smythe praised their work effort on and off the diamond, and if Wareham's going to make some magic this summer, Clark and Hamilton will surely have their fingerprints on it.
Ticket 296.
Thanks so much, Jack. We've hit the top of the sixth. It's another Alyssa Watling intuitive call to the bullpen for Wareham. It'll be Nick Ryder into the game for the Gatemen after Logan Baisley manages to toss just one inning where he let up one hit, one earned run with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Adam, certainly an interesting move from Ryan Smythe and company to make the pull this early and get Rydell into the game.
Yeah, and I'm guessing you're going to see 1 inning out of Rydell max, a guy that has looked very solid for Wareham early on this summer through his first 2 appearances. So I think you're trying to keep as many arms as you can, as fresh as possible. And for Logan Baisley, you pitch him today, but just 1 inning, and you can use him pretty much any other game from here on out, minus maybe tonight. So I think for Baisley and I guess this entire Wareham bullpen, if this is going to be the approach, this is going to be the approach. Keep guys as fresh as possible. And unlike Jackson Hoyt, a guy that threw 55 pitches the other day, this time, when you look at who's on the quote-unquote hot list, who is available to throw on any given day or any given game, you can have as many arms at your disposal as possible. Feels like that's the approach for the Gatemen here in this home stretch.
See how Rydell does. He will go against the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for Cotuit after they scored their first run of the game back in the top half of the 5th, and Luke Rayho, the reliever, has come in and settled things down. He's put a back-to-back innings of zeros. Rydell, the man from Newberry, pitched to a 2.62 ERA this past season, 14 games, 13 of those were starts. The strikeout-to-walk ratio is the most impressive, 72-33. He looks to keep it up, starting with Jesse DiMaggio, the DH. 0 for 2 in this game. Cotuit down to its final 6 outs, given that we're only playing 7 innings here in the first of 2 games for the Gatemen and the Kettleers today. First pitch. Fastball that catches the outside part of the zone for strike 1. DiMaggio struck out in the first, popped out to center field in the third. Those both against Sahil Patel. 0-1. Slap to the first base side, foul. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Rydell lines, fires. And DiMaggio just gets a piece of it. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes. For Baisley, he faced 5 hitters in that 5th, walked the leadoff man, and gave up an RBI double to Aiden Aguayo. But after that, got 3 straight outs. Calm down the threat. Rydell looking to start off a little bit stronger. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Pulled way outside. Goes all the way to the backstop. 1-2. DiMaggio searching for a hit here. Had a 1 for 4 day against Hyannis, trying to spark plug his bat and the rest of this Kettleers offense. Rydell winds and fires. Misses down low for ball 2. It's basically just the splitter and the fastball for Rydell, a true 2-pitch mix, rarely mixes in the cutter. Here's the 2-2. And DiMaggio stays alive once again. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming.
Yeah, super tough out to get, and where Rydell has missed, it's been bottom. 1 pitch probably could have been called a strike, didn't get it. But either way, DiMaggio has been hunting the upper half of the zone.
Here's the 2-2 once again. Pulled into the left-handed batter's box, and the count runs full. Rydell has pitched twice so far this season for Wareham. And through 2 innings of work this season, has not allowed a hit or a run. Does have 3 walks, though, the payoff. Cracked over to the left side, cuff, backhands. Throws across the diamond. A very nice play from the shortstop for out number 1.
Cuff maybe a little bit out of position, playing shortstop instead of his usual third base, but it's a nice job. Ball sharply hit off the bat, takes a couple of hops, gets to the backhand, makes sure to pick it up and deliver a strong throw. And there's one away in the 6th.
Now it's Ryan Taransky, the left fielder at the plate. Ryder fires his first pitch and runs inside for ball 1. Misses have been down there when he tries to pull across the body with that splitter. That one came in at 86 miles an hour. Here's the 1-0. Down in the dirt once again with that splitter. 2-0. It was a 8-pitch at-bat to start things against DiMaggio, and then 2 balls here has Ryder quickly up to 10 pitches. Gets what he wants. Deals the 2-0. It misses upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes with 1 out. Ryder was in a full count to DiMaggio after going up 0-2. Worked around it for the ground out. The 3-0 offering. Catches the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Trying to battle back against Taransky, who is 1 for his last 16 at the plate. It's been a rough road for him. 3-1 pitch. Fastball, top of the zone, and the count runs full.
And Ryder is still staying pretty composed. His misses weren't big misses to DiMaggio and now to Taransky. Staying competitive, trying to work to the outside, not give him anything in the middle.
Payoff. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Ryder does a really nice job of working around the 3-0 count. Gets the strikeout, and there's 2 down.
Good start. Didn't love the start of the at-bat, but as we were talking about, the misses weren't big misses. He was still staying around the edges. It was tough takes for Taransky, but then goes to a swing and miss on a 2-strike count.
Now Drew Repepe, the third baseman at the plate, looks at a first pitch ball. 0 for 2 in this game, fly out and a strikeout. Both came against Patel. 1-0. Pulled outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Even if Ryder is to get through this 6th clean, he's looking right now at about 20 pitches thrown. It'll be interesting to see what Ryan Smythe goes to in the 7th to try and close out this game. The 2-0 from Ryder. Catches the bottom part of the zone for strike 1. Ryder fires. Broken back grounder over to second. DeGiorgio Fields throws to first. Passo cleans it up for the out. A 1-2-3 inning for Nick Ryder coming out of the bullpen. Keeps this a 6-run game. Wareham with one more chance to pad its lead in the bottom half of the 6th here on Cape League TV.
Hey Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A+ Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets.
The Cotuit Kettleers, number 27, Tyler Bourne from Wheaton.
Hits of the game here in the bottom half of the sixth. We take a peek in what has been an offensive onslaught for Wareham. They lead this one 7-1 with just 6 outs to go.
Credit to Luke Rejo coming in and dealing 2 straight scoreless innings, but Wareham really got to the starter, Tyler Bashir, who entered with a 3.86 ERA, but Wareham worked full counts, got hit by a couple of pitches. Nikolai cleared the bases with a double. 3 straight singles in the second, and that's really all the damage that the Gatemen have had to do. Cotuit got one back in the 5th, but outside of that, it's been all Gatemen.
Still the reliever Luke Rejo in what will be his 3rd inning of work going against Henry DeGiorgio. Then it'll be RJ Hamilton and Connor Cuff at the top. DeGiorgio had the RBI single in the 3rd, made it a 6-0 game at the time. Cuts and misses there. 4 strike 1. This has been impressive stuff from Luke Rejo, the man from Westchester College. In his first appearance on the Cape, has done everything in his power to get the Cats back into this game. 1-1 pitch, misses outside for ball 2. Two-one pitch. DeGiorgio just slaps it foul on the third base side. 2 balls in, 2 strikes. Wareham playing Bourne later tonight. 7 o'clock start between Gatemen and the Bravos here at Spillane Field. 2-2 pitch, chopped to the right side foul, and then tomorrow Wareham will play Falmouth at 6 p.m. at Gov Fuller Field before another doubleheader on Sunday. At Orleans starting at noon, and then versus Hyannis at 7 p.m. to end the season. Be interesting. Those games certainly will be pivotal for the playoff race. 2-2 popped out of play, and obviously today the start of that. If Wareham holds on in this game, it will be even with the Kettleers. For the final playoff spot, Cotuit would still hold it, though, as they have the tiebreaker with the season series. 2-2, cut on and missed into the glove of Plattner for strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts for Luke Rejo, 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th.
And I'm curious because, sure, Luke Rejo, a Division II guy, but this one feels out of reach for Cotuit with just 3 outs to play with. And Rejo has done a really nice job, still under 30 pitches, but if this first outing tells you anything, could this be a higher leverage guy for the Kettleers down the stretch?
Certainly so. RJ Hamilton at the plate, swings at the first pitch, high fly ball into right field. Moving over is Beaver. He's going to make the play in foul ground for the 2nd out.
A long run for Beaver. And Rejo maybe trying to keep that pitch count down. Goes upper 3rd on RJ Hamilton. First time that he's been retired today.
And sure, Wareham has scored 7 runs in this game, Adam, as Connor Cuff steps to the plate, but this is not the offensive momentum you want to bring into the game against Bourne, sending the minimum to the plate over the final 3 innings.
Yeah, no, pretty much all momentum offensively was ended after.
Ground ball to the right side. Hogan Denny steps on the bag, and that is 9 up and 9 down for Luke Rejo.
Really good stuff.
Over the last 3 innings. Kettleers have 3 outs to post 6 runs, a daunting task. We'll see if they can do it. Nick Rydell looking to close this one out here on the other side on Cape League TV.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
We've hit the top half of the 7th here in Wareham. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky with the Gatemen controlling things 7-1. 3 outs left to go. Nick Ryder looks to be the man to close out this game. Just a reminder, this broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. Will Plattner, Dawson Santana, and Aiden Aguayo, the 8-9-1 hitters here for Cotuit. Looking to rally and keep this game going. It would be one heck of a rally. They're tasked with scoring 6 runs in just one frame. See if they can do it. Ryder fires his first pitch. Big cut and a miss from Plattner for strike 1. It was a 1-2-3 inning in the 6th for Ryder, but lots of long counts forced him to throw a lot of pitches. Through 18. That was his 20th. Wareham on the precipice of tying up Cotuit for that final playoff spot. They would still technically be behind them, though. They're even on points, with Cotuit having the season series. Up 3-1 heading into this game, looking like it'll end at 3-2. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. For strike 3. Plattner down for the second time in this game, and Wareham just 2 outs away.
Ryder trying to get through the bottom of the order. Obviously, this out, not an easy one to get, and Wareham get a chance to rest the legs before a 7 p.m. matchup with the Braves.
Dawson Santana at the plate has walked twice in this game. Ryder steps off. Bourne currently facing Hyannis, and pitch clock violation goes against Ryder there, makes the count 1-0. That game at 4-1 in favor of Hyannis in the top half of the 5th. So Wareham will get a little bit of extra rest than the Braves will, as Santana taps the first pitch back to the screen foul for strike 1. The Braves have to bust from Hyannis all the way over here to Wareham for the 7 o'clock start. Cotuit will do the same thing, drive over to Falmouth. They were one of 2 teams to not play a doubleheader today, the other being Harwich. That pitch misses down low, 2 balls, 1 strike. The Commodores have clinched themselves a playoff spot, currently in 3rd in the West Division. 2-1 pitch is a high fly ball over to the third base side. It'll end up being Ashatino to field it, and there is 2 down, Cotuit down to its final out.
Ryder's done a really good job in this game, and a little bit surprised to see him still going. But at the end of the day, Wareham gets out of this one using 3 arms, as long as stay away from disaster.
Be quite the rally with 2 outs. Aiden Aguayo, though, did have an RBI double in the 5th. The only run batted in of the day for the Kets, as the first pitch from Ryder misses outside. So later tonight, once this game goes final, Wareham will have a chance to officially find itself in the postseason. It'd be as simple as this. They would need to win over Bourne and have Cotuit lose to Falmouth. They need that thing to happen, them win and Cotuit lose once on the same day once over the next 4 to take the playoff spot. 2-0, tap back to the screen for strike 1. Sounds like a simple task, but obviously Wareham is going to need some help from other teams around the league while still taking care of their business. Two 2-1. Misses outside for ball 3. You would expect that Jake Schweitzer would probably get the start that game tonight against Bourne with everything on the line. 3-1 pitch from Ryder misses downstairs. He issues the 2-out free pass to Aguayo.
Now what you want to see in the 7th. Trying to keep that pitch count under 30. 30, you're probably looking at a chance to go on Sunday. Anything beyond that, you're probably staying in the bullpen until the postseason.
Wareham trying to get ever so close to the postseason. Landon Beaver at the plate, swings at the first pitch, hits it a mile high into shallow left field. Hamilton comes in, he makes the catch, and the ball game is over. Wareham winners here in 6.5 innings. They get the job done 7-1 over the Kets, and you see it now. Wareham is just a singular game back of Cotuit. The two are tied on points. Cotuit holds the tiebreaker. These two teams will not meet again for the rest of the season. The scoreboard watching will be entertaining down the stretch, but Wareham takes care of business.
This was the game that was circled on everyone's calendar, and Wareham gets it done in a pivotal matchup. And now a chance with just 4 games to go, and the Gatemen, with a win and a Kettleers loss, find themselves in the playoff picture.
They'll need that to happen once over the next 4 games. They'll have a chance to do that tonight as Wareham hosts Bourne. We'll be back with you for a 7 o'clock start. Cotuit will head over the bridge to play Falmouth later this afternoon. That's going to do it for our first broadcast of the afternoon. Some thank yous to hand out to our executive producer, Jocelyn Mejia, to our sideline reporter, Jack Knight, and to my partner, Adam Hipsky. Signing off for now. Time to go get some lunch. We will see you back here at Spillane Field for a 7 o'clock start between the Braves and the Gatemen.